Hi everyone, I'm coming to you today to talk to you about a couple of Marma points, actually 3 Marma points that are points that you can actually work yourself to improve digestion and to improve your sinuses. And especially with fall coming upon us, we find that we're heading into Vata season in the Northern Hemisphere, which means that there is a dryness. You might find that you are experiencing more gas, more bloating, maybe a little bit more constipation than usual. And so besides changing our diet, what else can we do to improve digestion, to relieve the Vata dosha, or in general to improve digestion in the coming fall? And things that you can do to also improve the sinuses, because again, as we head into fall and winter, our sinuses are usually, they tend to act up more, and we find that we get trapped bacteria in there and congestion. And so what can we do? Yes, there's many things we can do through our diet, but there's also some key Marma points that from an Ayurvedic perspective we can work on, and that we can then release the energy and allow some healing to happen. So in Ayurveda, we have Marma therapy, and you can go to a Marmani like myself and get some Marma therapy done, which is amazing in healing the energy body, the subtle body, and to work out and to release some energy in the Marma points. Marma points are basically they're like the chakras. If you heard of the chakras, the wheel of energy. So they're smaller wheels of vital energy, prana, life force, so to speak, and sometimes they can get blocked and they can get congested. They can also get injured, and they sometimes can also be they can get to the point where they are just full of kind of like negative energy in there, where you have to release and kind of let go of that like a negative energy in that area. So there's about 107 of them that we work with, and it's hard to reach some of them, and it's really difficult to do pranic healing yourself and to really do Marma therapy on yourself. But there are some Marma points that are easy for us to work on. So these are the ones that I'm going to demonstrate to you today, because I figured these are easy for you to do yourself. You can also do them to your family members or a friend. And they're fairly easy to find. They're very simple to find, these particular Marma points that I'm giving you. There's others that are more difficult to locate. And they're also, like I said, easy for you to do and start working on them. And the other Marma point that I'm going to talk about is something that we as yogis and our Ayurveda practitioners also practice. Usually on several days out of the week, we will do this practice, and I'll tell you what that is here in a moment. So first of all, let's talk about Kurcha Shira, which is the Marma point right in the middle of your hand, right here. So this one's really easy to find. You can see if I press on it, my hand tends to close up like this, right? So it's right in the middle of your palm. This is a very powerful Marma point right here. This is this Kurcha Shira Marma is also the Marma point where we will heal others with. So many times you can, Marmanis will rub our hands together in order to activate this Marma point, which then we will put over other Marma points to heal, to send energy healing. Well, we are conduits of healing. We're not doing the healing ourselves. We are the conduits of healing from the universe, from God, so to speak. But anyway, this is a really powerful Marma point, and you can feel the energy coming through here. You can also do this yourself. You rub your palms together and put them over your eyes to cool and soothe the eyes, which is a sense organ for the Pitta dosha, which is fire and water. And our eyes, if they're hot, red, and irritated, that is a Pitta situation. It's a Pitta imbalance or Pitta vitiation, as we say it. So the hands are really powerful. And so right here you do have this powerful Kurcha Shira Marma, very powerful. It also regulates the Alachaka Pitta, which is a subdosha of Pitta, which is the eyes, and it also regulates digestion and the subdoshas of digestion. from all three doshas. Well, it's mostly the kapha and the vata dosha, but it also affects pitta dosha as well to some degree. So what you can do if you're having issues with digestion, and it might not be a vata issue, it might not be bloating, it could be a feeling of heaviness, and it could be, lots of mucus formation in the stomach, and you might see that by your stools if they're mucousy, if they're soft, but you tend to be heavy. It's not like you're eliminating properly. So what you can do, you can massage these points several times, and you can really send concentration and meditation there. You can sit down and meditate on this point and then massage it as you're sending healing energy with your mind. And these are the oils. I'm going to use essential oils here to show you what essential oils you can use in these areas right here, the two Marma points, very critical. That will help. And as you know, essential oils, they penetrate all the layers of the skin and they get into your circulatory system. And so they really go in and do therapy work immediately, because they can get into the bloodstream and they cross the blood-brain barrier as well. So they can also, you also feel it in your brain and in every cell of your body. So they go to work immediately, and they have a lot of healing properties from an Ayurvedic perspective. So for the Kurcha Shira, let's see, if you're having a vata situation where you are experiencing gas and so on, I would recommend something like, by the way, this is my little, hope you'll, here, let's see if you can see it. I love this. It was handmade for me. And it's absolutely beautiful, and I carry all my essential oils when I do Marma therapy. So this is when I travel, or if I'm going to go do Marma therapy on somebody, I bring this along. So because I don't know exactly what essential oils I need, I'll make up their special blend depending on their situation, depending on what disease or what pain or whatever is out of balance. And so I'll make up a little bottle. What I'll do is I put it in a little dropper like this, and I'll put an oil that's specific to their dosha, and then I'll add my essential oils for the specific problem that we are going to heal with Marma therapy. So anyway, but and I'm here, and I brought it here to Greece. Actually, I'm doing this recording from my mother's house in Greece. So let's see. For something that is like a vata situation where we have a lot of dryness, constipation, bloating, I recommend a warming oil such as, let me pull this one out, such as cinnamon. So you don't want to add the oil directly onto the skin because sometimes that can cause irritation. These oils are very, very powerful. I love Floracopia. I don't get commission or anything out of this. I just love that they are extremely pure and organic, and they're of high quality. So I really like using these. I find that they work really well. And then, for example, I also like this company, Ayurvedic Herbal Body and Massage Oil by Sarada Ayurvedic Remedies. And actually, I use this in my practice for Abhyanga massage. And so I really like this. So if you know that you have a pitta or a vata or kapha imbalance, you can get the oil specific for your particular constitution or for the imbalance that's happening. So right now we're heading into fall, so I like the vata, unless you are a very pitta person. And if you're not sure, just buy the tridoshic, which is good for all three doshas. You can't go wrong with that one. But because we're heading into vata, because I know I'm vata, I have the vata oil. So what you do is you put a little bit of the oil, and you might want to drop just one drop of the essential oil onto your palm, along with the oil, which is the carrier oil. There we go. And you put it right where the Marma point is, right in the middle. Let's see if you can see that. And then you massage it with your thumb. And you put some pressure. Put some pressure in there. Feel the Marma, but go really, really slow. Circular motions clockwise, really, really, really slow. and send your healing energy there. So this is going to be done basically in silence. I'm talking to you now, but when you go do it yourself, do it in silence. Do it in a form of meditating on this particular marma. Use the healing energy of your mind. Allow the universe, allow God to work through you to heal this area. But it's a heating oil, the essential oil, the cinnamon, and this will work the digestive system. So the subdoshas of the Vata dosha, which regulate the digestive system, especially the large intestine, the colon, it'll help begin to heal and to improve the function of those organs, particularly the colon here in this situation. And again, you just repeat it on the other side, put some oil on the other side. I'm going to do it because I don't want to be lopsided here. I want to work both sides. And remember, the colon is pretty large anyway, but I can really feel it working. So you just massage it, and you massage it for several minutes. Now, what I didn't mention is after you massage it, now, first of all, let me back up. As you massage the opposite hand, you might notice you can't go, it doesn't feel right to go in a clockwise motion. It's okay, go counterclockwise. But in general, if you can go clockwise, great. If it doesn't feel right, like for me right now, working on my right hand, it doesn't feel right to go clockwise. So I'm going counterclockwise, that's okay. But do really small motions, small pressing, putting some pressure there, because this is a pretty thick marma point. You can put some pressure. There's other marma points that you cannot. We're going to talk about one of them, the Phana, which is near your nostrils, that you cannot necessarily put a lot of pressure. So once you do that, press in and release. You can cover your palms, or just after you've done the pressure, you can just rest your thumb there or your middle finger and just send healing energy there. So you can do that for yourself. You have the power to heal yourself. You can do this. This is just setting the intention, using the essential oils, allowing the universe, allowing God to work through you, allowing to be the vessel of healing. You can do this. Okay? And this can really help with the digestive issues. Now, the other thing, for those of you that have a lot of intensity in the eyes and in digesting information with your eyes, your brain, these two marma points here, Kurcha Shira, they're called in Ayurveda, also regulate Alachaka Pitta, which is the eye of digestion, and that is a Pitta. It's a subdosha of Pitta. So because it tends to be a heated subdosha, we want to use a cooling oil. So if you want to cool down, if you're overheated with too much thinking, if your eyes are really red and fiery, and maybe you've been just really overworking, or there's been a lot of intensity with what you're doing in your work or in your studies or just anything, and you're just overheated with your eyes and your mental. Your brain is just too much information, right? So you want to cool everything down. You want to cool down your eyes. This is another marma point you can massage, but you're going to use a different essential oil. In this situation, I recommend a cooling oil that's really good for Pitta, and you can use a tridoshic oil here. You can use a plain oil like sesame oil, or you can use the Pitta dosha oil. If you're like, I don't know what oil to get, just use some sesame oil. It's fine. Just make sure it's organic and cold pressed. And you want to mix the oil, put a little bit of oil on the palm of your hand right in the middle, right here where the Kurchashira marma is, and then add a couple of drops of fennel. Now, fennel is wonderful for cooling the Pitta dosha and Alachaka Pitta, which is the subdosha for digestion. So you can do that, and in the same way we worked for the digestive system, you're now setting the intention on cooling the eyes and the brain, and you're massaging, and this marma point affects the eyes, as well as the brains. But using the essential oil fennel will, and especially sweet fennel, because Pitta likes sweet, cooling qualities, they'll start penetrating. They get into the blood vessels, into the circulatory system, and go exactly where you need it to begin to cool down the system. And you can do this practice. You can do this several times a week. You can do this daily. This is a non-harming practice. Zero side effects, except that it will help, cool you down. Or improve your digestive system. And this is all from an Ayurvedic perspective, and this is what we do in Marma therapy. Okay, let's move on to Indra Basti, which is another Marma point for, again, the digestive system. So Indra Basti, I'm not going to demonstrate where it's at. I'm just going to explain to you where it's at because it's really easy to find. It's in the lower leg, and it's right where the calf muscle is, right in the middle. So let's say this is the lower leg. It would be right in the middle of the leg where the calf muscle is. At the widest point of the lower leg, right in the middle, is that Marma point called Indra Basti. Indra Basti also affects the digestive system, and in particular, it affects the small intestine. So this is a great one if you have a lot of running stools, if you have a lot of gastrointestinal issues, and you want to cool down the system. This is a really good Marma point for that. We usually find this at the end of the summer, or for people that have a lot of Pitta dosha in them, a lot of Pitta imbalances, just a really fiery people. But like I said, at the end of the summer, we find that we need to cool our system down before we head into the fall. So working on that particular Marma point is excellent. And you can use, again, fennel is a good one. And if you tend to have more of a Vata dosha situation, but again, you want to work all the Marma points that you can possibly work on yourself that have to do with digestion, you can use a warming essential oil like cinnamon. Let's see, here we go, cinnamon. Another essential oil that you can use is ginger. I just don't have that on me, but that's another essential oil you can use if you need more of a warming oil. But if you want to cool down the small intestine, if you want to cool down your digestive system, then I would recommend the sweet fennel there. And again, you massage the point with your thumb. You can do it yourself. You just reach down and massage it with your thumb. Put a little bit of the, mix the oil and the essential oil, 1 or 2 drops of the essential oil, put it on there, massage in circular motions. Again, clockwise if you can, counterclockwise is fine. Put some pressure, release, and send healing energy with your intention. This is going to take a good 5 to 10 minutes per leg. That's how long it should take for you to meditate on this point. So in the beginning, you can just, kind of go slowly, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, just to see how it feels, see how you feel about healing your own body. It's quite amazing, and it's new territory for most of us, right? Healing our own body and actually putting our hands on different areas with concentration, knowing that it's going to heal certain organs and heal certain areas of our body. So if your body has the potential of healing, doing these self-therapeutic massages can actually send a lot of healing energy to that area, and it'll really help to speed up healing, and the intention as well that you're putting there, and the healing energy is really powerful. All right. And finally, we have Phana, which is the final Marma point. There's actually 2 Marma points. And Phana is on either side of your nostril. So it's just in this little groove right here. And in this one, if you put too much pressure, you might cut off the breathing, but you don't want to put too much pressure on this one. And with this one, I would use the middle finger when you're going to massage it. So the Phana, I wanted to include Phana here. Phana it governs these are the Marma points that govern the sense of smell. But as we head into fall and winter, our sinuses tend to be affected. First of all, because between putting on the heat in the house, cold outside, warm inside, there's a drying up of the mucuses, also the change in temperature. There's germs around. We might catch a cold, whatever. Our mucuses are affected. And again, food does play a huge role in how much mucus we produce, how little mucus we produce. So in Ayurveda, and yogis know this very well as well, we use a neti pot, and that's where we use salt water to clean out the sinuses. And you can, I've actually created a YouTube on how to use a neti pot, but you can Google that. It's really easy. And so you can clear out the sinuses using a neti pot. But what happens with the neti pot is you're using salt, right? And even here, I'm here in Greece, I'm swimming. That's a big neti pot. It dries everything up. It's really good at clearing out the sinuses, removing debris, clearing out some of the bad bacteria. But then it kind of leaves everything here in the mucus area, kind of dry. So in Ayurveda, we have a good counter therapy for that, which is to use, let me get it here, Nasya oil. So this is a Nasya oil that I love to use. It's for women. They have one for men as well. This one's called Divine Intervention. It's by Shaktivida. Love all the Nasya oils she uses, but you can find Nasya oil at Botanical Botanicals. Dr. Douillard makes some, but I really like her product the best because she makes Nasya oil specific for different situations. So for this one, it's basically more for hormonal balance. So she does use things like ashwagandha and shatvari, which are great for calming the mind. And also shatvari is a great herb for women for balancing their hormones. And she's got a whole bunch of other ones like tulsi and Kurchashira and Vacha. And oh my gosh, it's just an amazing Nasya oil. So if you're going to clean out the sinuses with the neti pot, I really recommend you use Nasya oil, 1 or 2 drops per nostril, and you basically tilt your head back and put 1 or 2 drops in each. Make sure you wipe the dropper clean before you set it back in because you might be introducing germs in the bottle, but try not to touch any part of your nose, inside your nose that is, with the dropper, or you will be introducing bacteria on the dropper. To play it safe, you can always place a couple of drops on your pinky finger and just massage inside the nostril, and then inhale it. You want to try to inhale some of that oil so it'll go up the nasal passages. And like I said, these herbs, this particular oil has been made with special cooked herbs that penetrate the blood-brain barrier, and they actually go and do work inside your sinuses and in your brain, which is amazing. So some of the benefits of Nasya oil are, first of all, besides the fact that they help to lubricate our sinuses so that they don't dry up, they also help to feed the good bacteria that's in there, because we do have bacteria. We are made up mostly of bacteria, but they also help to kind of wash away the bad bacteria, which is really, really good. In addition, what we know in Ayurveda is that they help to release old stuck emotions. So they kind of help release that. That's why some of the oils that Shaktivida does are really good, because there are some oils, for example, some Nasya oils you can use where you can help release old patterns, and she has specific herbs in them that really help to push that part of the intention. And if that's what you need, is to release some of the old stuck stuck emotions and old past thoughts, and you want to just get rid of them, Nasya oil is a good way to do that, of releasing all of that. So it works on many levels, physically and in a subtle way as well, for the subtle energies, such as what's stuck there in our subtle energies, some bad memories and bad emotions that we want to get rid of. Now, for the Phana, which is right here, Nasya oil, using Nasya oil really helps with these 2 Marma points. So it really helps to release any stuck energy there and activate them so that you are breathing better and that your respiratory system works better. So this all has to do with the respiratory system as well as the sense of smell. And Nasya oil, using that, just immediately goes and works in on those two Marma points, those two energy points. You can also massage them, like I was saying, just like you would other Marma points, like the ones I was talking about, the Kurcha Shira and the Indra Basti on your calf. You can massage this area here, these two Marma points with your index finger. You can do one at a time or two at a time. For me, it feels better to do two at a time. For this particular area, you can just use sesame oil, and then you can use some nice cooling essential oils such as eucalyptus or peppermint, which help with the respiratory system. They'll get absorbed into your layers of skin and go into the circulatory system to, again, go to work right where the body needs it. And in this situation, with opening up and clearing up the respiratory system and assisting you with a sense of smell. So, so those are some of the Marma points I wanted to talk about. I believe they're very important for the fall, heading out of winter into fall. These are three key areas you can work on. Two of them, remember, are great for the digestive system. This is a really easy one, Kurchashira and Indrabasti in the middle of your calf. And then, of course, the Phana, which is great for the respiratory system. And you don't even have to massage this. Just start using Nasya oil. This will keep your nasal passages healthy, feeding the good bacteria, keeping your immune system nice and strong, keeping your respiratory system nice and strong, so you will be healthy this winter. All right, thank you for listening, everyone. This is Annette Schellenbarger. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.